Joining us to talk about this and so many other issues involving officiating is one of my favorites. I'm not just saying that because he's on hold hearing me introduce him, but it's true. Former head of NFL refs, now Fox Rules analyst Mike Pereira here on the Rich Eisen Show. How are you, Michael?
I am terrific. Sorry I couldn't be with you in person.
All good. You're busy.
If I'm not in person, it's better. It's good, still good this way.
I'm very happy that you are here, sir. So let's just jump right into it here and talk about what we're hearing called video assist, or on occasion I hear replay assist from broadcasters. And what we're seeing is real-time correction of on-field rulings and on-field calls by refs where spot balls or whether something's a catch or not, line to gain, things like that. We're seeing real-time corrections, saving coaches' challenges. It's terrific. It's wonderful to watch. Can you walk me through what is happening in replay assist? Who's doing it? Because it looks like somebody's scrubbing the game back as soon as a game is played. And they're scrubbing the play back as soon as a play is made and making a call. Mike, how does this work?
You know, technology has allowed this to happen, believe it or not, more so than in the past with this, what is called the Hawkeye system.
Yes.
So the Hawkeye system gives the replay official and the people in New York at minimum 16 different camera shots to look at live. And so if you're dealing with a line to gain situation and there's a ruling on the field that is either short or has made the first down, they can immediately go to the camera that would show it best and immediately make a decision as to whether the call is right or whether there's video evidence to say it is not, and then move the ball appropriately back to the spot in almost real time. Not quite real time, but certainly a lot better than a 3-minute replay stoppage, and certainly a lot better than having a coach challenge a play, possibly lose a timeout if it's not changed. It's kind of a step, Rich, and we might as well get into it right away. Call it what you might, but you and I, for years now, have talked about having a sky judge, having a person who can make some real-time corrections, and we're there. I mean, we're not all the way there, but we are there. I mean, if you look at our game, which I was at in Minnesota, with the game against the Giants, so many quick corrections that were made and really good, solid corrections. Look, things happen so fast on the field. When it comes to spots, I mean, you have people sometimes in between you and can't get a good look. They're getting close to mastering this. They're not there yet, but they're getting close to mastering what we have been asking for. And I said to the league, they call it video assist. What is that? What is video assist? That's when the replay official, he's the same guy, the replay official in real time can make a quick assist and move the ball to where it needs to be moved. That type of thing, he can assist in those types of plays. And then you go expedited review. What is an expedited review? That's basically when the replay official and New York can see that, for example, if the play is ruled a catch and it's incomplete and they have video evidence right off the bat with one of their 16 shots that shows that the pass is incomplete, not a catch, they can do an expedited review and change it without an official going to the monitor, without a coach having to use a challenge.
I love it.
It's really kind of sped up the game.
It's great.
Which I think we all like, right?
Exactly.
I mean, and Mike, but I think we all like it.
And we like accuracy. And it's done fast, and it hasn't stopped the game, and no one complains about it, and it saves time. And so a couple things are based on what you said. So the day and age of the TV truck didn't give us the shot, so we couldn't see it in time are over, is what you're saying. That they're actually getting the feed. Gone. They're getting the feed from the truck, and they're able to scrub back whatever camera they darn well please in real time in the stadium and back in New York City. That's what's happening for every play.
And it's the same. It's the same way with me in the booth. So, for example, in Minnesota on the ball, the two plays involving the line to gain.
Yes.
I mean, I was able to say to Kevin Burkhardt right away, it's short. And that's because I had the camera shot that showed that it was a half a yard short.
Amazing.
So
it's great.
Even us in the booth now, we are a little bit more kind of have the knowledge that we need to kind of project what's happening. And I've said to the league, there's a gray area. There really is between what is a video assist and what is an expedited review. And I did say to them, I'm going to start calling it a sky judge. And they go, no. You don't want to really call it that because we really can only do the things that replay would allow us to do. We can't review roughing the passer, but, and I said, I know that you can't do that, but still it's input from someone else off the field that is not, that gets that quick look on a screen that allows them to make the decision. So it is a sky judge. But they don't want to hear that.
Well, I mean, and because
because Rich Eisen liked it.
Nah,
Eisen and Pereira invented that term. Come on, we don't.
Well, here's the deal. No, here's the deal, Mike. Mike Pereira here on the Rich Eisen Show. You and I both know that the NFL's like a tanker ship. It takes forever to turn around, but eventually it will turn around, and it needs baby steps, and you saying that, yes, this is huge in the fact that it's an individual that we do not see in a zebra shirt on the field making a call. Yes, that is huge. Now, the question is, as you said, that they're not all the way there and making a full sky judge. And the reason why is that if they do what I'm asking to be done, which is a flag thrown on the field for roughing the passer, it's immediately reviewed. Or any bang play that's 15 yards, boom, that causes an official, for their altruistic reasons, because they are the first line of defense in the player's safety protocols, that yes, that was we understand you're trying to protect players, but after further review, that's kind of playing football. That's a legal hit, and that's what I want sky judge, replay assist, video assist, expedited review, whatever you want to call it. I want them to do that. The question is can we do that without others saying, well, then let's use sky judge to call flags that the humans don't throw? That's the issue that I think the NFL will never get past. Mike, your thoughts?
Yeah, look, here's the issue. You want them to do what we're doing in the USFL now, which is reviewing all personal fouls that are called. We're not in the area to where USFL Replay Center calls the fouls, but they review all the personal fouls. I mean,
let's do it.
I'm not totally sold on it. And I talked to John Mara, the CEO and co-owner of the Giants, before the game.
He's one of the guys.
He's in Minnesota, yeah.
He would.
And he said to me, there's been discussion about reviewing roughing the passer. What do you think? And I said, well, my concern is this. Those plays that you and I consider not a foul, and you can include both of those, not the one in our game. I mean, the call in Minnesota against the Giants on that last drive, that was just not a good call.
Exactly. We got to get those out, Mike. Get those out.
Wait, let me finish.
Yes, sir.
So when you go to the play, like, for example, the call last night, we don't think it's a foul. I don't think it's a foul.
Right.
But the league does. So if you review it, and with these driving the quarterbacks into the ground, the few that have created the furor, it's going to go to review, and they're going to stay with the call. So what is it going to accomplish? I mean, I worry about that. Look, here's some facts, and I think really the league has done a pretty good job. We're screaming about the roughing the passer penalties, but this stat startles me. I mean, in 2021, there were 153 roughing the passer penalties called. 153. In 2022, 1 year later, 93.
Yeah, Mike, I know, I hear all this stuff about me trying to say fumbling through the end zone should be changed, and the answer you give me, and you've given me that like it rarely happens. It's happening less and less and less. All it's got to do is happen once in the Super Bowl, and the whole country's watching it. I'm telling you, all it's got to happen is once. I understand it doesn't happen as much.
I know.
I get it. I hear all the numbers. It's down. It doesn't happen as much, so we're going to change the rules for something that hardly happens anymore. All it's got to do is happen once. That's all. And in the spot where 100 million plus people in this country are watching, and they're going to be like, what is the NFL doing? And that's my concern. So I guess just to put a bow on it, because John Mara is one of the competition committee poobahs for sure. Next time, Mike, give him my number when he says, what do you think? Give him my phone number and say, call Rich Eisen. Will you please do that? I'm serious.
Yeah, I think the
Please.
only thing that is encouraging about this is that there you have, one of the members, long reigning members of the competition committee, is asking about it.
Yes.
So it's going to get to the table. I don't think it's going to get further than that, but at least they're talking about it. And you said it earlier. It takes so long to change things, and this video assist is just growing right in front of our eyes.
It is.
For example, I mean, things that I didn't even know. When they call ineligibles downfield on a pass play, tough play to cover without the umpire on the defensive side of the ball. They now have made that to where the video assistant can jump in and pick up the flag if, in fact, that ineligible player is not more than 2 yards downfield.
So we're picking up flags.
Growing.
So you're picking up flags for a legal man downfield, but we're not going to pick up a flag for roughing the pass? That's new to me.
Well,
really?
But here's their theory, because that's purely objective.
You could see a line.
You either get to the 2 yard line or you don't. It's not, is the contact enough? Was he driving him into the ground? Let's be patient, Rich. We're making progress, and we like the progress that we're making. And yeah, if it happens in the Super Bowl, you're right. Maybe it drives them to make a change. But I think we have to be somewhat happy with the direction that we're going. I think it still needs a bit of refinement, but I like to look at numbers, and I will go back and say I like the fact that there's a huge drop in roughing the passer penalties. There's a huge drop, 100 less defensive pass interference calls, a lot less offensive pass interference calls. I think the game is being played more without penalties, even though some that are called create all these the high-profile controversy. But, our wish is there. And I think they have the ability to look at the spring leagues, too, whether it's the XFL or the USFL. One of them, Rich Eisen's rule.
Attaboy.
In the USFL this year, if you fumble forward into the end zone and out of bounds, you get the ball back at the spot of the fumble.
Yes.
Yes. They're going to see how that looks and how it plays out in the spring league. And you might see another Eisen rule that gets put into the NFL.
I love it. I love it. That puts the us in USFL. I love it. I love it. I know you don't like it, Brockman, but hey, in the last minutes I have with you here, Mike, I want to talk to you about Joey Bosa of the Chargers and what happened on Saturday night. He and Sean Smith, he said something to Sean Smith, the head ref, who then kind of followed Bosa and just gave the international body language of, what did you say to me? And then a flag comes out, and then later on Bosa threw his helmet down on the ground on something completely separate. And I want to get your reaction, Mike, to what he had to say in the locker room yesterday. This was Joey Bosa when talking about the officiating.
I need to be more accountable for my actions, obviously, but it's a heated game, and I'm hurting out there. I'm playing on half a leg. I'm getting dragged to the ground. Whatever could hurt me, along with screwing our team. And maybe some of them weren't as blatant as I thought, but I don't know. I think there just needs to be more accountability on. If I say something to them, I get a $40,000 fine. But if they blow a call that ruins an entire team's season, they're probably back in the locker room after the game, like, got that. Oh yeah, got him. 15 yards, what a loser. I guarantee it. That's what they're talking like in the back. Whatever, power trip. I'm sick of those people.
You have the floor, Mike. What do you think when you hear that?
Well, I mean, look, I get the frustration, and it's the same thing that's said by anybody else, that there's vendettas out there, that they don't like people. Hey, listen, I mean, officials they honestly don't like to throw flags. But I know Sean Smith. I mean, something was said that was bad, and for him to react the way that he did and actually go after him, and maybe to say, what did you say, to kind of give him a way out, I don't know. But then for him to throw the flag on that, it was obviously personal. And, that's a line that you don't cross. And I'm tired about the people not being held accountable, officials not being held accountable. Look at the turnover in the last, 4 years. It's amazing. I mean, I'm at this game in Minnesota, and I didn't even know 6 of the 7 officials that were on the field. Makes no difference if they've been in the league for 15 years or not. If they're not doing the job and they're not able to keep up, they're getting replaced. And so I get his frustration, and, the officials make a mistake. They're not held accountable. He gets fined $40,000. I mean, they're graded on everything they do. And if they don't make the grade based on their 17 assignments during the course of the year, then they don't get playoffs. So they get money taken out from them also, the opportunity to make more money. So I get the frustration, but I also think that, there was no official that would walk off the field and say something like that in the public about Bosa. I mean, if he did, he would be fired, not fined, fired if he said something like that about a player. So should it be okay for the player to say something like that about the officials? No. And I think if it's $40,000, I almost wish it would be $100,000.
Well, my only follow-up to that is, and you say, Sean Smith, and Bosa said something and then kept walking, Mike, and then the flag comes out after Smith follows him, and I understand he could have said a magic word, or it could have been something untenable, and Smith gave him an opportunity to follow up. But if Bosa's walking away, shouldn't the ref walk away too, Mike?
It just depends, Rich. I mean, we weren't there. We don't even know what was said. And if it was bad enough that it may have stunned him a little bit with what he said, I'm not sure. And we're not going to know. The only people that are going to know are the league office people when Sean Smith has to write his report about what was said and why he reacted the way he did. But, I always said, you tolerate complaining. You tolerate vulgar language. You tolerate that, even if it's directed at you. But if it becomes personal, I mean, I always floor people when I say, what's the dirtiest word that a coach or a player can use at an official? The dirtiest 3-letter word that could be used at an official? And I told our officials this. If they use this word, you are okay. I give you the okay to throw the flag. That 3-letter word is YOU. If you use that word and make it personal, then I would say throw the flag. And obviously, there was something very personal that was said.
Well, I was going to say thank you, but I don't want the flag. But
well, no, it's okay if it follows a word. If it precedes the word, that's the problem.
Well, what if it starts with an F and then the YOU? I mean,
no, okay, you win. You're out on that one too.
I got it. Okay, very good. Mike, you're the best. Thank you. Greatly appreciate it, brother.
You got it.
Take care of yourself. That's Mike Pereira, one of my favorites. I've been chopping it up with him for damn near 20 years. 20 years.
Ooh, I like it.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.